Hey everyone, Mitch here from Designated DM. That's right, I am the forever DM for this YouTube channel and for the Twitch channel that we play on as well. This is the intro for the new Wild Beyond the Witchlight adventure that we're going to start doing. So we've already done a session 0 and a session 1, and this is session 1 because you clicked on it because you saw the title. So here we go, roll the intro. Alright, so let me start with the beginning, I suppose. As you hear music and other lovely festival sounds coming from nearby, you see the traveling extravaganza known as the Witchlight Carnival visits your world once every 8 years. You have a dim memory of sneaking into the carnival as a child without paying for a ticket. That memory has grown foggy over time, though it still conjures a weird admixture of emotions. Wonder and awe mixed with the loss and regret. During this childhood visit, your character lost something. You tried to find it, but the carnival owners, a pair of elves named Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, were decidedly unhelpful. Silly little screeching cricket, said Witch. You forgot to buy a ticket. The carnival goes round and round, said Light. The multiverse is our playground. Nothing's free and nothing's lost. Every visit has its cost. As time passed, your heart became less heavy, and you gave less and less thought to those childhood events. Now, for reasons you can't explain, the longing to retrieve that which you have lost has resurfaced, as though an old spell has faded away, allowing you to feel the loss as sharply as if it happened yesterday. The Witchlight Carnival has returned, and you find yourself standing near a ticket booth by the entrance at twilight, just as the carnival is about to open. There you meet others who look as troubled as you. Without knowing how or why, you sense that each of them has lost something as well, and perhaps fate has brought you together. So, you all just randomly show up to the carnival after seeing it set up in town. You wander up towards the ticket booth and you kind of look at each other in a way that you all feel connected somehow, but you're all here alone. You're not with anybody. But you all kind of are just sort of standing around looking at each other, thinking like, did you lose something here too when you were little?
It would not be out of the question for Ykika to actually say that out loud before he realizes.
Yeah. Turn this
That's what he's going to do.
again. Okay.
Sure did, but I don't really miss it. I'm Guy, by the way.
I'm Ykika.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Hi, I'm Viriah, and I miss mine. It's gonna like slowly turn and look at the next person in the sharing circle.
I should probably point out now that Ykika is a 6 foot tall Minotaur.
I was gonna say
wearing some sort of army uniform.
I was gonna say I'm a waist high rabbit humanoid, but I think for you I'm like knee high.
Okay. Minotaurs aren't actually large creatures.
No, they're medium.
Big.
But they could be.
They don't get the carry extra thing or anything like.
No, they're just.
They're not quite.
They're just sort of stocky, in terms of like. Well, they're built. Let's put them that way.
They're usually a bit taller.
Yeah.
Than a human, not like.
Yeah. Well, I'm 6'3" and somewhere over 250 pounds. So
that's pretty beefcake.
He's pretty big.
Just for the record, you'll find that my rogue is so stealthy that you will neither see nor hear anything from them this entire first session.
Yeah. And the Changeling Bard has decided to turn into...
Is that because you're still making it up?
Yes.
Yes.
And the Changeling Bard has decided to wander about the festival unbeknownst to you. So I will take Alex off the thing as well.
The kid is gone.
Bye, Alex.
It is Alex the kid, right?
Hi, I guess, says the fairy.
Yes. Just floating there. I'm Nightshade. I guess I should introduce myself. So, yes.
Are we the same size? I think we are.
We are.
Small? Yes. You're both small.
How tall are you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think fairies are about 3 feet, 3.5, maybe 4 feet tall.
Oh, they've made it onto 5e tools. I checked today.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Short line.
So you all see in front of you, across a small bridge that is over a river that surrounds the entirety of the carnival, a ticket booth.
Let's go to the carnival.
I'd like you to know, mine still aren't in there.
That's so weird.
You're what?
It's still not on 5e tools for him.
Not on there for me.
It's on there for me. There.
I've still got the same bug as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harengon?
Yep.
It's on there.
Nope, not there for me.
It's after halfling.
Yeah, I think it's the caches are not.
Yeah, I'll purge my temp files and caches later.
I don't know if it's your caches or the website's caches.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about with caches.
Yeah. It's like... Anyway.
Computer source.
Yeah. Anyway, so you all come up to the ticket booth, and you see, as you see on top of the booth, there is a silver statue of a dancing fairy that is mounted to the roof of this ticket booth and surrounded by fluttering butterflies. The booth is decorated with an animated depiction of the night sky, with shooting stars shooting across it. An elderly goblin perches behind the ticket counter, peering at you quizzically through a spyglass, and he lowers his spyglass and calls to you, "Greetings, fairgoers." Come on.
We aren't yet, but we highly likely will be.
Hello. How much are tickets?
He says, well, one adult ticket costs 8 silver pieces, and a child's ticket costs 3 silver pieces.
Okay.
Whose
One
age
adult
range
for
are
me?
you going price off? Like, are we talking about elves as children or what? Like, be more specific, bro.
Well, you see, each race's age varies determining on their childlike entities. So, for elves, I would say, between the ages of, 0, of course, and possibly 50.
Sir, are you judging us based on our mental development?
Yes, I am.
Ykika says, 1 adult for me, and points to the fairy and says, and 1 child for him.
Hey, what?
Well, wait a minute. I know you. And he holds up his spyglass, and he says, yes, you're not children. I remember when you were children, and you snuck in, you sneaky crickets. But today you're lucky. Here. And he pulls out tickets. From under the counter, he pulls out a little wooden box. And in this wooden box, with a silver clasp on it, it has the monogram NM on the front of the box. And he opens it up, and he says, "Here, these are for you." And he hands you each a ticket. And he says, "Now remember, each of these tickets only has 8 stubs on it, and you must always hold a valid ticket while you are here on the carnival grounds. And trust me, you don't want to be caught without a valid ticket.
What would make the ticket invalid?
Okay.
It has no more holes left to punch on it. So before you play your last game, before you eat your last meal, it might be a good idea to come back here and perhaps actually purchase another ticket.
We tried to, and you didn't let it.
Well, this is a free one, so use this one first. I mean, you're more than welcome to buy a second one now if you think you'll use up the first one.
Now,
Guy
Wykika
pulls out 8 silver and puts it on the table and give me a
We'll walk
second.
over and sheepishly give him 8 silver.
Alright, so...
Wykika's just looking confused, but he'll probably follow what everybody else is doing.
Alright, if everybody has 8 silver to hand over, then hand over 8 silver. Mark it off your character sheets, and you have two Witchlight Carnival tickets.
I might actually have to get change.
You mean like from a gold?
Yeah.
Yeah. He gives you back 2 silver. He puts up an ear horn.
Thank you.
Up to his ear, and he
Hey, I've
says,
got one of those.
he says, it sounds like Calliope is just around the corner. Might be best if you jump on into the carnival now and have a listen to its sweet, sweet melodies.
Is that a rabbit joke? It was pretty good.
It was unintended, but I'm glad you found it amusing.
I thought he was making a Minotaur joke with the horn.
No, he actually has an ear horn.
I have a horn.
Yes. Yes. You don't put yours in your ear and listen to it.
Yeah, I know that.
Well, I mean, you could have to pull it off your head first.
It hasn't happened yet.
No, it hasn't
give you
happened
that.
yet. It hasn't happened
Okay,
yet.
let's get. I'm gonna walk in and have a look for Calliope. I think Wykika's getting more and more excited. His inner child is coming back out again.
All right, so you guys make your way into the kind of entrance way to the carnival there, and you see a merry tune spills forth from an instrument on the back of a brightly painted wagon. This is the Calliope. A monkey wearing a cloak covered with buttons turns a handle at the wagon's rear, sending music into the air from rows of golden whistles. And as you watch, a goblin dressed as a ladybug toddles up to you, rattling a tin cup. Ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. And he says, "Spare a button, if you please. I sew it next to all of these." And he points over to the monkey. He says, "I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face."
Guy rips off one of the
Wykika
many
pulls off.
buttons on his clothing and hands it over.
Okay, you guys are all giving him a button.
What Wykika's doing the same thing. I'm gonna pull one button off his uniform and
All right, cool.
throw it in. And then he's gonna
There he is.
dance.
Viriah's
Badly.
like frantically searching her clothes for buttons, but she doesn't have any because
Does it-
it's just
Does
like
that make
throw over
sense?
clothes. It's like stitching and
Yeah.
like a lace necklace kind of thing. Not lace, like a string. Like I meant to say like shoelace kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
That's all that's like tying the front of it up.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, hold
You're
on.
like looking for a button.
Dance
You're like,
revolution.
Do you have a button? Are you going to give him a button?
I mean, I don't think I have one.
Okay, all right, that's okay. You don't have to give him a button.
Sadness.
You don't have to give him a
Sadness,
button.
rapid fires.
So,
Sadness.
I'm not 100% sure he was actually after money. And he just ended up with
No, like completely buttons. It's all about the buttons. So you put the buttons
okay.
in a tin cup, and Marigold is the name of the goblin. She looks over and she says, "Thank you. Ernest will surely enjoy these new buttons on his lovely little vest." And you see the monkey at the back. The monkey at the back tips his hat and he says, "Why, thank you." He puts his hat back on.
Okay, if it wasn't for the fact that I'm hanging out with a fairy and a talking rabbit, that would bother me.
you're
mean-
talking now.
I mean, anybody
Curious,
can
but, like-
roll like a. You could roll like a nature check or something if you want to. But
Me?
I mean, anybody. If you want to roll a
Probably-
nature check to
I
figure
probably-
out what's
I
going on
probably
with a
can't.
talking
That's
monkey.
completely different character.
Yeah.
She's too busy with like eyes the size of fucking saucepans, just like in complete shock that this monkey's just talking like, oh my god, it talked. She's like yanking on Ykika's arm, like he talked.
So,
He then recites, the monkey at the back just recites the same little poem as the goblin did. Spare a button, if you please. I'll sew it next to all of these. And he points to his vest while he's still turning the handle that's blowing all the air through all of these golden whistles that are lined up around this cart. He says, I offer nothing in its place besides a smile upon my face.
would it be bad form if I just pick Viriah up and start dancing around?
No, not at all.
Then that's what he's doing.
All right, you pick her up
And
and you
Viriah
start...
grabs him by the arm to say, it talks. I'm
start-
just gonna pick him up and dancing around.
Needle? Okay.
Was it the same voice, the monkey and the goblin?
No, not the same voice. Give me a sec, guys. I gotta go put Leo to bed. I'll be back in a sec. But you guys can keep dancing. All right, I'm back. Okay, so you...
Hi, back. I'm Evan.
I know you are. Okay, so you continue dancing around the Calliope as it moves throughout the festival, and as it does, you see... hold on, my phone is fucking buzzing. Okay. As you do, you see a 12-foot tall walking tree garlanded in golden ribbons that marches down the thoroughfare. Emerald clouds swirl above the tree and rain down golden spinning sycamore seeds. And you see some of the fairgoers running around and trying to catch some of the seeds that fall down. You see two girls with face paint. One has a lion and another one has a heart painted over. Another woman who has a wooden crown, and you see an elf stilt walker that's tossing colourful sugary treats down to the children that are passing by around the bottom of the
Guy
tree
makes
as well.
frantic waving motions trying to get a piece of candy.
Okay,
Yeah,
so there's a couple of things going on here that you guys can do. So you also see, as the sycamore seeds are falling down, you also see people trying to catch the seeds before they hit the ground. But as the seeds gently fall, you also see a squirrel that is scampering among the boughs of the tree, handing dandelions to passers-by.
I got a dandelion.
So, you
I
can
put it in my hair.
I want the candy. I want the candy.
Okay, so who's trying to catch a sycamore seed, and who's
Did
trying
you say that
to
they were
grab some
glowing?
candy, and who wants to get a dandelion?
I want to get
Did you say the
dandelions so I can
sycamore
put it in
seeds
my
were
hair.
glowing?
Okay, one at a time. Okay. Candy. Guy's getting candy. Okay, Guy, you get a piece of candy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Immediately throws it into mouth.
All right. You probably still got some time to grab a sycamore seed that's fallen out of the sky as well, if you want to.
No, he's happy with his candy.
Okay.
He looks satisfied.
Who's going to grab one of the
Dandelion.
falling seeds?
Did you say they were glowing?
Yes.
If they're glowing, I'm absolutely like standing up on top of Ykika and just like jumping and
All
grabbing
right,
it.
roll me a dex check. First roll of the game, guys. Oh, nice. All right, so you catch a sycamore seed before it hits the ground, and you need to roll me a roll me a d8, please. After that as well. 3. All right. So you gain the following personality trait until dawn. You are easily amused.
I already was.
Yep.
I was going to say, Guy was already that. He didn't need the seed.
You are possibly even more easily amused.
Okay. I have another question.
You're
Yes.
at a Ykika level of amusement.
Yes.
Because this would be like a really cool flavor thing for later.
Uh-huh.
She's gonna hold the glowing phosphorescent seed in
Yeah,
her
sort
hand
of. Yeah.
and try to use it as a component for dancing lights
Dancing lights? Hell yes. Awesome.
and make a vaguely glowing humanoid of medium size to dance with
Awesome. I love it.
Ykika.
Yay!
Cool. So
Yay.
Ykika's dancing around with a light a humanoid made of light that is the same color as the sycamore seed that was falling as it was glowing.
Kind of lets out a little squee and like shoves it into a pouch and ties the pouch shut tight so no one can see it.
And you see the small squirrel that is in the tree just starts clapping excitedly. And the tree shakes a little bit more, and you see a few more seeds fall. And some of the kids running around trying to catch the seeds look over and they see this humanoid-shaped dancing light, and they're just like, "Wow, that's awesome!" Is anybody trying to get a...
Excuse me, sir, squirrel. Can I have a dandelion?
He says, "Why, of course you can. Here you are." And he hands one over to you. And he says, "You should make a wish and blow the seeds into the air."
Oh. Okay. Make a wish.
Okay, so right now I want you to please, on your character sheet, write down somewhere what your wish was.
Oh god. No, that involves thinking.
It can be simple. It can be really simple. It can be as simple as you want it to be. Or it could be extremely elaborate. I mean, that's up to you. But what would you think of what would you think that he would wish for in this like instance?
A dandelion to put in his ear.
Another dandelion, yeah. I want another dandelion.
I wanted to put it on my ear, not blow the seeds everywhere.
I'll very timidly ask for a dandelion.
Oh,
Okay.
I know.
You very timidly ask for a dandelion. The squirrel says, "Here you are, miss," and hands you a little one. And
There you go. I wrote it in there.
okay, cool. And the squirrel just says, "Now, blow like a sweet kiss."
Okay. So,
And yeah, write down your wish on your character sheet for later, dandelion wish, and that might come up somewhere in the story again. You still see there are some small sycamore seeds that are still floating down. If you guys want to try and catch any.
Okay, I'll try and grab one.
Okay, roll me a dex check.
Oh, sorry, it didn't work. I thought I did.
Dexterity, yeah. So you managed to grab one out of the air. Now please roll me a d8.
Go on, get a 3.
3. All right. So you get a d4
I do?
that you can add to one ability check before the next dawn. So remember,
shuffle the tape.
remember you. Yeah, I did because I didn't want the same thing. Duh. So you get a d4 that you can add to any ability check before the next dawn. So
Hell
just
yeah, diet inspiration.
yeah, it's like a mini inspiration.
I'll
Awesome.
be like everyone else is doing it, I might as well do it.
All right, you
So,
try and grab one too.
Auto guidance.
Yes, auto guidance exactly. Once auto guidance once. All right, roll me a dex check. Yeah, you manage to catch a seed out of the air as it slowly falls down, and you just fly up towards it and pluck it out of the air. Now roll me a d8. Watch you get another 3. Seriously, it's going to happen. I know it is. A 7. Nice. Okay, cool. Your seed, as you close your hand around it and you lower yourself back down towards the ground a little bit, you open your hand and your seed has turned into a shiny gold piece.
A shiny gold.
Yeah,
Profit.
shiny gold piece. Profit.
Okay.
Well, I assume everyone is looking up trying to catch seeds. Can I like Metal Gear Solid around on the ground and try and look for any candy that might have fallen under the...
Yeah, you find one piece of candy on the ground that looks like somebody already stood on it.
Is it in a wrapper?
It is.
In
Looks a
the
little
pocket.
bit. It looks a little bit squished, but it's still in the wrapper, so you know it's still good.
It's just a little airborne. It's still good.
It's still good. It's still good. Yeah. All right. Okay. So you guys move throughout into the kind of main thoroughfare of the carnival. Where would you like to go? You can go absolutely anywhere. You can split up. You can all go together. You can do whatever you want, guys. Where do you want to go? So if you'll if you see on the map, right, there are things with labels. they are like obviously locations that you can go to and do things at, but all the other little stalls around the place are all also actual stalls as well that you can go to. So before you just ask any more questions though, yeah, you're right at the front there. Yep, you're right at the entrance.
At the
So
Calliope?
everything, yes. So everything costs a ticket punch in here. Nothing costs gold. Nothing costs silver. Everything costs a ticket punch. So, or maybe not necessarily everything, but almost everything. So all the rides cost a ticket punch. Food costs a ticket punch. Small games cost a ticket punch. Basically everything costs a ticket punch. So you've each got 2 tickets, so you've got 16 punches. So you can kind of do basically everything, probably. So what would you like to do?
Have a look around and see what I can see from where I am.
All right, so as you get in, you see in front of you there is the big top. It is a massive sort of tent that is set up for some kind of grandiose event. You also see to the north of the carnival there is the lake with some gondola swans. There is a lost property right behind the ticket booth area there.
Guy immediately goes for lost property the second he sees it.
All right, so I'm just
And
going
to steal clothes.
I'm going to put you at lost property, and we'll deal with that in a second.
I'm going to go to lost property
okay.
as well.
Okay. There is the dragonfly rides. There is a feasting orchard to the north, and then to the south there is the bubble top teapot ride. There is the Pixie Kingdom. There is the Hall of Illusions. There is snail racing, and there is a mystery mine, which is kind of like a roller coaster. So,
Are we sticking together, guys, or?
Viriah was like going to sprint past the second she saw dragonfly rides, and then she like got a couple of feet, like 5-10 feet away, and stopped and looked back and noticed that no one was following, and got really shy and slowly walked back and waited at the front of lost property.
Okay.
I'm knocking on the door at lost property.
Okay. So you guys go to the lost property. As you do, let me open the thing and I'll read out the thing. So outside of the lost property wagon, there is a large feline creature with a midnight blue fur. It has a pair of tentacles extending from its shoulders, and it wears fake butterfly. Oh, that's the other thing I totally forgot to mention to you guys. You've all got these fake butterfly wings on. You have to wear them, or at least hold on to them while you're walking around. I don't know why I didn't read that out at the ticket booth thing.
You guys are 100% wearing them.
It's
And
like
Ryan's
separating.
character has fairy wings. Does he need to
Yes.
do that?
Yes.
I'm going to look so weird in a
Yeah. Oh,
uniform,
sorry. Yeah. So after
chainmail armor, horns, weapons, and fairy rings.
Yeah, so
I
after
will
you-
wear them with pride.
After you have your tickets, he hands you a map of the carnival to each of you, and also a pair of cloth butterfly wings to wear. And you have to wear the wings, or at least hold on to them to show the staff around that you are paid attendees.
Now, after he explains that part to us, and I've already got it on my back before he even heads
Before he
into the
even
rest, I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
do we have to give them back?
He says, no, they're a souvenir. Yours to keep. You
That's
can take
cool.
them home.
Cool.
Vibrating furiously.
Because getting older might be mandatory, but growing up is optional.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. So you see,
Nightshade is just confused on how to wear them and have wings.
yeah,
Just be like, I'll just hold them, I guess.
yeah.
You put them on the front, so you got front wings and back
Front wings and back
Front
wings.
wing.
Front wings. All right. So hanging from the collar of this feline creature with tentacles extending from its shoulders is a small wooden keg. I actually have a handout. Hold on. I got a handout for
Is this
this.
what I think it is?
I've got a handout for this creature.
Not what my character
show to
thinks, what I
players.
think.
The displacer beast.
It's a displacer beast with giant fucking butterfly wings. It looks amazing. If this picture would ever load. Hold on.
Oh,
That
it did.
looks
Oh, it's
so
loaded.
cool.
Oh,
That's
you
really
guys have got it. It's still like, oh, there we go. That's just for the stream.
And it comes with its own fairy
For the
thingy.
YouTubes.
Halfling? Whatever
That's a
that is.
child.
It's just a child. Yes.
Same thing, really.
Okay.
Well, I
Um,
see lost property.
Lost property. So the creature roughhouses with 2 young boys, and one of them squeals, "Again, Durla, again!" while the other one hangs onto the creature's neck. Yes, so you do notice this is a grey-whiskered displacer beast that looks after the children. And as you approach, you hear a voice in your mind that just says, have you lost anything? Can I help you?
Yes, many years ago.
Yes. Last time I was here, I lost something.
Can you describe it to me?
No.
Well, then how do I know if I have it or not?
I lost it at the fair.
When?
8 years ago.
He says, well, I don't know if it's still going to be here, but you're more than happy to
Can we
look through the box. And he kind of like just tips his head behind him. There's a giant crate.
Okay, go have a look through the box.
Yes, Guy is also looking through the box.
I'm gonna fly over and examine his quote-unquote wings and be like, this is fascinating. This is such an inventive way.
He says, yes, I mean, they're not real. They're just for show. But it's
No, I
fun.
know.
Well,
I like how they're done.
He looks over, and as you guys are pouring through the box, one of the kids picks up something out of the box, a mirrored ball, and the displacer beast just kind of swings around and he says no, and he snatches it with a flick of his tentacle, and the kid runs away, and he's like, oh crap.
Guy pats him on the head and says, don't worry about it. Kids are always scared of stuff.
He says, no, I'm supposed to be looking after these two.
Should I go find them?
Can you, please? Sorry, this
Sure.
ball is just a little important to me. That boy, his name is Viro. If you call his name, hopefully he'll turn around. It might make it a bit easier to find him.
and
Actually,
pick him up and put him on
oh
top of my horn.
Viro.
Oh, Viro. He says, what? And you just don't know
Found
where it's
him.
you just don't know where it's coming from.
Just run towards the voice, and every now and then I'll be like, Viro.
He's like, Polo.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Perception check.
Yes, please roll me a perception check. With advantage if you're working together.
I'll work with him.
Yep, go for it.
I'll give up
Okay.
on looking for whatever it was I lost
Nice.
until...
So it takes you about 10 minutes, and you find him, like, at a nearby candy stall, like, trying to steal some candy.
Hey, hey Viro.
He's like, where's that voice? And he turns around and he's like, oh, that's you!
I'll slowly pull out the trampled candy from my pocket, and I'll give you some if you come see the cat with me.
He's like, okay. And he starts coming back again.
As we're running off, I'd be like, look at this, and do the whole, like, little fireworks display out of your end with prestidigitation. Cantrips are really fucking cool.
He goes, that's so awesome. He goes, you know, some of the people that work here, they can do that cool stuff too. I saw one guy, he was juggling bottles of water, but they didn't have lids on them, and the water wasn't coming out.
I wish I could do that.
It was really cool. And he's like, can I have my candy now?
That would stop the water coming out.
He's like, I don't know.
Sure, yeah.
He's like, oh, thank you.
Sorry.
And he opens it up and immediately just shoves it in his mouth, and he just starts chewing it. He's like, yeah, I mean, I don't really know how water wasn't coming down, but it was pretty cool. And one guy, he was like spitting fire and stuff.
I'm just gonna not even stop him talking and just pick him up and put him on my shoulder and keep walking back towards the space of beast.
Okay, so you guys get back
Surely-
to the lost
I'll
property.
put Vero on the other shoulder.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think once you've picked him up on one shoulder, I'm just gonna jump onto the other, because I can actually just...
Yeah, just jump up there. So
Can
you
I
get
make
back.
like an Arcana check to see if I find what I'm looking for, like my fashion sense in the lost property box?
Roll me
Like
a
as a crystallized thing.
yeah. Roll me investigation check.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Yeah.
So you're looking through the box. You don't find. You see a bunch of like loose clothes, and you see a couple of little trinkets and things, but you don't find your sense of fashion in there. No.
Clicks his fingers and goes, "Where'd everybody go?"
Oh, that's not, I remember what I lost.
You turn
now.
around. You turn around. Just as you turn around, you see them all walking back towards you. Ykika's got Viriah and a kid on either shoulder, and the kid's just like stuffing his face with this piece of candy.
I remember what I lost now.
What did you lose?
My ability to write legibly.
Yes, that's right.
So I'm going to have a look for it in the Lost and Found.
In Lost and Found. All right. So you look around. Roll me an investigation check.
This should be funny.
But as you get back there, so you look in and you're like, well, I mean, it's not in here. And as you bring the kid back, the Displacer Beast looks very pleased. Looks very, very grateful. And he says, thank you very much. Here. And he gives you this small mirrored ball.
I'm assuming he's giving that to you, viewer.
I'm like clambering down your arm,
Rogue.
like, can you
Yeah.
lead me forward a little, just out of reach?
He
Isn't that important to you?
he said, yes, and he kind of like tucks it back before he kind of hands it over, and he says, this was my cub's. Star was his name. It was his favorite toy. He went missing.
Oh no.
That's a shame.
He went missing
you-
quite a while ago.
You
It's a
didn't
big
lose him
shape?
fair, did you?
I'm not quite sure where he went, but if this might help
If
you
we see
find
we'll bring
him,
him back.
maybe this will
If we
help you
see
find
him-
him.
Yeah, if we find him, we'll bring him back to you.
Well, here, take this, and maybe it'll help somehow. I'm not quite sure. And he gives you this mirrored ball.
Yoink.
Yoink.
It's a shiny, sparkling treasure. It's mine. It's one of my flaws.
Oh, okay. Are we going to have to start a quest log?
Not particularly. If you just mark down things you have, if you just put these things in your inventory somewhere,
Like find the lost pup.
you can just put down like mirrored ball, missing Displacer Beast pup, and like just it. There'll probably be a note somewhere in my notes that will come up saying like if they have the mirrored ball, blah 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 blah. Mention this to them. So yeah.
I know it's a little effort, but are we able to have a separate?
Oh, do you guys not have a notes
we have a
thing?
party loot one.
Oh,
but
okay.
We have a party loot.
Yeah, I can give
party
you a notes
note
thing.
one.
Sure.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at when
Yeah,
I said if
no
we
worries.
start a quest log.
Okay, all players.
I think this is likely going to be my job as well.
Safe. All right, there you go. You should have party notes as well.
I don't know how you could suggest such a thing, Hato, but yes.
Yes, this is your job now. And then
So does it?
the Displacer Beast has the little keg that's around his neck. You see one of the kids come over with a cup and just turn the little tap and then turn it back and then just takes a drink. And he's like, that's the good stuff. And he's like,
what's the
now,
good stuff?
don't drink too much. It'll rot your teeth.
Ooh, is that sweet? I want some.
Hey.
Durla just looks up at you and she just goes, oh, okay, come here. Oh, there's a cup over there, and she points to a little bench.
Runs to the cup, runs back.
Okay, you come up to the little keg and you turn the spigot and some what is it again? It is toffee apple juice.
Ooh.
Dear Lord.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Did
She
somebody
says,
say
you're quite
dragon-
welcome.
Did somebody say dragonfly rides?
I'm sure they did. In fact, I know they did.
He says, looking at viewer.
Look, I could jump down from here, but I'm gonna drag you over there anyway, so you might as well carry me.
Is it me or are you just lazy?
She's just jumped off and started sprinting.
He's already run. It's like, you're taking too long. Let's go.
You looked at her for a second. You opened your mouth to say a word, and she jumped off and ran. And she can still hear you. She's like, not lazy, just in a hurry.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, well, run after.
All right, run after Vera.
He? Is Viriah he or she? She.
Here's a girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, everybody! Is that running towards the dragonfly rides?
Everybody runs over the dragonfly rides.
Yeah. Are they real dragonflies? Are they dragons? Do they fly?
So let's so many questions. So as you make your way over there, you see huge lily pads rest on the surface of a pool glistening with phosphorescent algae. Giant dragonflies use lily pads as landing platforms, buzzing loudly overhead with wings as brilliant as stained glass windows, and alighting briefly to drop off and pick up excited passengers. Near the entrance, there is a small, smiling tree that turns your way and beckons you over. A red squirrel clings to its leafy canopy, peering at you suspiciously. And you realize now, oh, this is the tree we just saw that dropped all the the sycamore seeds and the dandelion, and that's the same squirrel. They must have just walked through and past as you guys were dealing with the lost property and having a look through there. And
Hello, Sir Squirrel.
The tree looks at you and just gives a big nod. And the squirrel,
Sir Squirrel.
the squirrel just says, "Ah, yes, welcome. Come on in."
I head on in.
He says, riding the dragonfly will cost you 1 ticket punch.
Okay.
Okay.
Gets the ticket for me. He's very carefully put it into his pocket.
All right. So I guess everyone punches everybody's tickets.
They're a lot bigger and scarier up close.
He says, don't worry, they're fine. They're easy. They mostly just stay on course and ride wherever they decide to go. But don't worry, it'll be fun.
They're beautiful.
It's nice. So...
Hey, Vera, if something goes wrong, you can always hop down.
True.
Oh.
Getting a death glare.
So the dragonflies, as you jump on their back, their wings start beating and buzzing heavily, sounding like a helicopter about to take off. But the noise isn't quite as loud. You get levitated into the air, and you can see a lot more of the carnival from where you are up here. And they make a big, lazy figure 8 around the entirety of the carnival, about 20 feet high, so not too high. But does everybody want to just follow the path, just let the dragonflies take them, or do you want to try and steer around and go and look at some other things?
I'm going to let the dragonflies take me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So-
I'm okay with that.
So just as you're about to all take off, Guy and Ykika, you're still on the ground as Vera and Nightshade just kind of just leave, and an alarm sounds from a nearby lily pad, and one of the dragonflies has taken off prematurely with someone else on its back, a dwarf. A middle-aged dwarf who's got a bright blue beard, and he sits unfastened in his harness. And everybody roll me a perception check real quick.
Oh no, Santa Claus.
Perception. Oh wow.
Oh wow, Ykika,
Dear
you fucking
God.
noticed exactly what's going on. Oh no, actually, well, Guy notices too, and so does Nightshade. I mean, maybe Vera's the only one that... No, Vera notices too. So you all see... a shadowy figure kind of slip away behind one of the trees in the area where the lily pads are. and you see the dragonfly is kind of still like flailing about a little bit. Ykika and Guy, you guys are still on the ground. Do you want to do anything, or are you just gonna like kind of leave it alone?
Guy is rolling on the floor laughing.
Okay.
Well, what can I do? What could I do about it?
You could like animal handling, try and maybe calm the dragonfly down or something.
Okay, I'll try and do that.
Okay, cool. Roll me a animal handling check. Oh, nice! That's exactly what you needed. 14. That was DC. So you calm down the
animal handling.
Yeah, you calm down the dragonfly, and you're like, hey, it's okay, don't worry.
You little dragonfly.
And the dwarf kind of gains his balance and kind of like straps himself in, and he says, "Oh, thank you. That was a close one. Almost took off with me belt only half done up. Could have fallen out, maybe been hanging by the seat of me pants."
None of
Guy
it.
gets up and uses prestidigitation to clean himself, and then walks over to Ykika.
And you notice the tree and the squirrel look over towards you as well and just say, "Oh, you have done us a great service. Thank you. Thank you so much."
It's okay. Have fun, Sir Dwarf.
He says, "Oh, I will now." And you see the dragonfly fly up, and he's like, "Yeehaw! This is fantastic!" And he just starts like flying off around the place. All right, and then Guy and Ykika, you guys managed to finally lift off from the ground.
Ykika's going to be very careful to get that belt on before he takes off.
Okay.
And I'm looking for the giant frog that scared the thing off in the first place.
It wasn't a giant frog. It was just a like a shadowy figure, like humanoid sized.
I'm figuring it's a frog, a giant frog, because frogs eat dragonflies.
Well, maybe. It looked more
Checks
like
out.
It looked more like a person in a cloak than a giant frog, but you never know.
In a croak?
In a cloak. Yes,
In a
you
cloak.
and your damn puns. But yes. Bullywog. It could be a bullywog. You never know. You didn't see their face, but you did see the figure fairly looked probably about the same size as Guy. About the same. A little bit shorter than you, obviously, because you're pretty tall. But
Yeah.
bigger than Hollybell and bigger than Viriah.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for him.
Okay.
But I'm going to enjoy the dragonfly ride.
Yeah. So
first.
I
I can fly.
can fly. I believe I can fly. All right.
Believe I can touch the sky.
So you fly around the carnival, and yeah. So is anyone gonna go, try and go off course, or is everybody just taking the lazy figure eight around the whole park?
Lazy figure!
Lazy figure eight. All right.
You know what?
No, you know
If
what?
there's
We'll
one,
do
if
it.
there's one player character stupid enough to try and go off course, it's Ykika.
All right. Viriah, you're
He
gonna do
will
the same
get
thing.
so
right?
distracted. As soon as he sees something slightly distracted, he's going to try and go that way.
Okay.
Yeah, I get the feeling I'm either going to see something shiny or see something really funny going on and be like, I want to get a closer look.
Yeah, so you do actually. As you're flying around, you see. Give me a sec. Where is it?
You're going to have to beat gondolier swans, though.
Yeah, so you fly around a bit, and you see, as you're kind of swooping around, Ykika, can you make me a animal handling check, please?
Yep.
Okay, so you try and steer it off course, but the dragonfly is just like ignoring you and staying as best on course as it possibly can. And you're like, no, go this way, and it's just like it's on tracks. Like you can't seem to kind of get it to veer off to look around anymore. But you do notice, you do see again that dark cloaked figure as you are passing by the area near the Hall of Illusions.
Okay.
And Vera, you were also making a. You were also gonna try and like veer off course a little bit, right? Get it?
Yeah.
Veering off course.
Ah.
Nah.
Uh,
All right, animal handling, please.
This is a terrible idea.
I mean, you're not gonna crash or anything. You
I'm going to use my my classing to give me advantage.
What is it? On animal handling?
On any ability check.
On an ability check? Okay. Until you finish long rest. Okay, cool. Yeah, go for it, dude. Wild magic. Nice. Let's do it.
Oh, fuck.
17? Nice. Okay. Alright, so you manage to pull off course, and as you do, you see, well, you basically pull off course because you see a puff of glitter, and a man's head suddenly turns into the head of a braying donkey, and a bunch of pixies are like looking at it, and he's like, hee-aw, hee-aw, and they're all like, just pissing themselves laughing, and you think it's hilarious too, and you can't not go and look at the rest of this carnival as you fly over the rest of it. Where would you like to kind of zoom in on a little bit so you can see a bit better what's going on?
Probably either of these sections, the snails or the mystery mine.
Snails and mystery mine? Okay, so you kind of work your way over to the snails, and you see a bunch of giant snails, like huge freaking mungus snails, like 3 times the size of you, easily. And they're racing around a track, and they're actually going relatively fast for snails, like surprisingly fast for snails. And there's people cheering and jeering, and you see some guys riding on top of all the snails, and one guy kind of falls off, and the other snail, like the snail behind him, just kind of like rolls over the top of him, and he stands up and he's just covered in goo, and he's like and he starts like heaving. And then you kind of fly past the mystery mine, and you see the carts kind of going around, but the mystery mine itself appears to be some kind of illusion or trick, or there's some kind of magic to it, because it doesn't look like the mine goes under the ground. It just looks like it goes into a fake semi-large mountain and then comes back out of a fake semi-large mountain, as though it's traveling into another dimension. But you see some people look excited and go in, and then they come out, and some of them look absolutely horrified. And others look like in the same cart. Like the first row of people look absolutely horrified. The second row look like fine, like they had tons of fun, like it was awesome. And it just kind of keeps going around and around, and you eventually make your way back. The rest of you also eventually make your way back from your lazy figure 8. You see near the bubbling teapot, there are bubbles floating in the air, and there are people inside them. You also see the carousel is kind of slowly moving around and around, and a bunch of kids are sitting on it and having a bunch of fun. And then as you kind of make your way back towards the dragonflies, you smell like some incredible pastry smell coming from the feasting orchard as you land back towards the dragonfly roads. So you've all successfully completed your one round of the carnival. Where would you like to go next?
Guy says, "I'm hungry. Let's go to that orchard." Flaps his hands a little bit. In excitement.
It is the next stop on the way.
As you're kind of walking that way too, you do see some small stalls and things on the outside of the outside there. Yeah, you see some stalls here and some stalls here, and you know, there's some food stalls, and there's also some little like carnival games like ring toss and that sort of stuff. Yeah. I mean, you're free to play any of those if you want to on the way there, or you can, or you can just go. That is, roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll me d6.
What the fuck?
3. All the threes. 1, 2, 3. You see a gnome standing inside a tent, and he has what appears to be like a cone, a hand cone, and he says, "Come, come, best me at poetry. I doubt you shall." Prizes await those who can outwit my wit.
I'm guessing this cost a ticket punch.
He says, yes, it costs a ticket punch, but there is always a prize to be had, even if it is a lesson to be learned.
I think I could handle poetry.
What are the rules?
He says, well, sound the chime. It's time to rhyme. You bring the poem, and we'll bring the gnome.
Oh, I see. He's not very good.
Oh, I get it, because he's a... No, oh.
So, you have to outperform the gnome in a best of 5 poetry contest, and doing so requires some charisma checks.
Oh, yes, I can do that.
I can do that.
Yeah.
And guys like, but food!
But food. Oh, there's a food stall right next to it.
Guy goes there and gets whatever they've got to stuff his face while they're doing that.
Roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Roll me d8. They have tree sap lollipops.
Ooh, awesome.
Okay, they cost 1 ticket.
Okay, I've lost 2 tickets.
One punch.
Yep, 1 ticket punch. Oh, 1 ticket punch. Yeah, 1 ticket punch. Sorry, yeah. Everything costs a ticket punch. Yeah. Not a whole ticket, because that'd be fucking crazy. Alright, so you're going to do the gnome poetry contest?
Yes.
Okay, alright.
I'm gonna make a temporary other resource and just do 16 and then take them away as I use them.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Yep.
So I'm down 2.
Okay. Alright. Okay, I gotta look up. I gotta Google something real quick.
He's googling poet.
Yeah, I'm googling funny haikus. All right, here we go. All right, so I'll read ones that are good if I win, and bad if you win. So who's gonna go first?
Flip a coin.
Flip a coin. All right, flip a coin.
You can go first, Viriah.
All right,
Okay.
Viriah. Roll me a charisma check, please. Oh, performance.
Just
Sorry,
charisma.
performance.
Well, it's exactly the same. I'm not.
Oh, there you
trained.
go. That's okay. Okay, so you have your little poem, and he says, "This is a good morning haiku from a cat. In the morning light, you sleep despite my meow. I stand on your face." And everyone looks around and they're like, ha 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 ha, and they give a little clap. And you give a nice performance. You give a nice quick-witted poem, but they don't seem as impressed. So that's 1. So now I would like you to make another performance check, please.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so you try and make jest of the gnome somehow, but he says, yes, making jest of another. Well, how about a simple haiku for babies? You're so cute, but why? Should I write a haiku for you? You can't even read. And everyone's like, oh, lovely. All right, another performance check, please.
I call bias.
I'm back.
Okay.
Did I miss much?
No.
Getting my ass beat at poetry.
We're having a rap battle.
of you?
No, it's a gnome.
Me and gnome.
Although I'm up next to beat the gnome, so.
He's gnome mere mortal.
Don't you be on his side.
All right, so your performance goes over swimmingly. He says, my doggy ate my essay. He picked up all my mail. He cleaned my dirty closet and dusted with his tail. Oh no, sorry, that wasn't my best performance.
Also, wasn't a haiku.
No, not everything needs to be a haiku. Not everything needs to be a haiku. All right, so you've got one
I have to
victory.
win the next two.
You've got to win the next two, yeah. So roll me another performance check. Ow! Ow! All right.
I need to know. Fuck!
Yeah, no. Hold on. So yeah, so you don't quite win the fourth one. He says, there once was a tiger, terrible and tough, who said, I don't think tigers are stylish enough. They put on orange and stripes of fierce black. Fine and fancy fashion is what they mostly lack. And everyone's like, oh, yes. Ah, quite right. And then the last one, you kind of give a bit of a zinger. So out of the five checks, you managed to win 2. So, please roll me. Where are those things? Please roll me a d8.
I feel like I cheated. I can re-roll the last one if you want.
No. Please roll me a d8. Oh. It's going to be a 3 again. You watch.
It's 2 3s facing each other.
Okay, an 8. Alright, so you get a glove puppet in the shape of a wizard. And as an action... Hold on. This is so funny. As an action, you can move the puppet's arms to make it cast minor illusion.
Are you fucking kidding me? This is incredible.
I'm not kidding. That's so awesome.
I'm never taking this off my hand.
Okay, but you can only use it 3 times, and then the puppet disappears into a puff of smoke.
No!
Hold on, let me copy paste it for you. That was the greatest thing ever. I didn't even know that was in there. I didn't really read these prizes things yet. I just knew they were there. That was so good. I just love this idea. You got this little hand puppet, and you're like, ooh, and it casts magic.
I have a really important question.
Yes.
Can I use it for normal puppet?
Oh, you can use it as a normal puppet as long as you don't intend to cast minor illusion for it. Yeah, totally.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, next to the gnomish poetry contest, would you like to step up Hollybell, Nightshade?
Yes, I shall.
Okay, so roll me a performance check, please.
Hold up the puppet and just like very poorly say, beat his ass with words.
Alright, okay. So he says, if I were in charge of the world, I'd cancel oatmeal. Monday mornings, allergy shots, and probably a bunch of other things. And all the crowd's just like, what? What?
I move him on Monday mornings.
Yeah. And Hollybell, you managed to pass the first one because he rolled really shittily. Like, really shittily. Okay, so you've got 1 win. Alright, please roll your second one.
Go.
Alright, he says, said the table to the chair, you can hardly be aware how I suffer from the heat and from chilblains on my feet. If we took a little walk, we might have a little talk. Pray let us take the air, said the table to the chair. And everyone turns around and they're like, that was wonderful. And he managed to outdo you on that one. Please roll me another performance check.
Oh my god, I can't roll.
Oh no! Oh no! He says, I'm nobody. Who are you? Are you nobody too? Then there's a pair of us. Don't tell. They'll advertise, you know. How dreary to be somebody, how public, like a frog, to tell one's name, to live long June, to an admiring bog. And everyone's like, oh, that was deep. That was deep. And he manages to best you again.
Does he know about what happened at the Dragon Place?
I mean, you could ask him, I guess. Roll me your fourth performance check, please.
100 roll. Oh my god.
Jeez.
He says, when I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. When I was 4, I was not much more. When I was 5, I was just alive. But now I'm 6. I am as clever as clever. So I think I'll be 6 for now and forever. And everyone's like, oh, like they kind of don't really get it. but they still like find it quite amusing.
He doesn't get it.
Yeah. All right, last one.
Clever doesn't rhyme with 6.
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no!
Look at all these 8s and 9s.
All right, so he says his last little poem is.
I've not rolled above a 10.
It's taking me a lot of effort to not try and distract him.
He says, if you have to dry the dishes, such a boring chore. If you have to dry the dishes, instead of going to the store, if you have to dry the dishes and you drop one on the floor, maybe they won't let you dry the dishes anymore. And everyone's like, oh, cheeky, cheeky, cheeky.
They don't.
Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. And they all give him a nice little clap.
I guess my poems are too dry for this audience.
Yes, or too complicated, perhaps.
Too complicated.
So you won the first one. Roll me 1d8, please. As you still manage to get a prize. So you roll me a d100, please. You get a trinket from the Feywild Trinkets. So 65 is a tiny wooden lute with cat hairs for strings. Don't ask what kind of cat, I don't know.
Ginger.
A ginger cat. Could be. Could very well be. Alright.
My turn.
Oh, you're gonna do the gnomish you're gonna do the gnomish
Sure.
poetry challenge as well?
Sure, why not?
Okay. Go for it. It costs 1 ticket punch.
Sure.
Alright. Roll me
Fine.
roll me a performance check.
Can I use intimidation?
No. You can't.
If these other skills I would have, that would be much better.
It is all about performance, unfortunately. Okay. So as you try
Minotaur poetry. It's all about the labyrinth.
Yes. He lets out his little poem. He says, Jack was quite nimble, Jack was quite quick. Jack gave the beanstalk a mighty kick. Down came the giant, a gigantic fall, bottoms up in a crater, thus ending it all. And everyone's like, oh, yes, that old tale. Yes. And they all start clapping for him. Roll me your next performance check, please. 17. Nice. Okay, so you recite a quick-witted rhyme
That I memorized as a child.
that you memorize, and he kind of looks a bit quizzical, and he just says,
"Itsy bitsy spider."
he just says, ooh, I don't know. Hugging you takes some practice, so I'll start out with a cactus. Wait, no. And then, he looks around in the crowd, just like kind of look a bit dumbstruck. All right, roll me your third performance check, please. 13. All right. He looks around and he says, well, here we go. Here's my favorite one. Mosquitoes with needle noses, sucking blood from elbows, cheeks, and chin. Why were you not designed to thrive on brine or swine or likewise spiny porcupines? slap, 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 and he slaps himself across the face 3 times, and everyone looks quite stunned, but he looks around at the crowd with a rosy cheek, and he just gives a big grin, and they all start cheering. Roll me your 4th performance check, please. All right.
Oh, that one's not going to go well.
No, unfortunately. He recites another quick-witted poem. The vulture eats between his meals, and that's the reason why he very, very rarely feels as well as you and I. His eye is dull, his head is bald, his neck is growing thinner. Oh, what a lesson for us all, to only eat at dinner. And he pats his belly, and his belly kind of sticks out a little bit. And everyone's like, oh, yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
All right, last one.
Time to bring out the big guns.
Big
There was an old man
guns.
from Kentucky.
There was an old man from Kentucky. All right. So yes, you do outdo him, but unfortunately, you still only get to claim 1 prize. So please roll your d8. Seven. All right. So you find you get handed a cuddly toy spider.
Oh!
Yeah, and as an action, you can stroke the spider to gain the benefit of spider climb. That lasts 1 hour. But once you use the toy, it turns into a real spider and it crawls away.
Guy is gonna say, can you put that away, please? And can we go get food now, please?
No.
Can we go get food, please? I want food.
And somewhere in the world, a rogue felt a disturbance in the force and got a shiver down their spine.
Did you finish eating your tree sap lollipop and you're still hungry?
Yes.
yes, I did. Okay. So you guys all wander towards the feasting orchard, I suppose?
I have one question.
Yes, what's your question?
Wizard puppet. Did you say it was a male or a female puppet?
It is quite obviously the classic male, big grey beard, blue pointy wizard hat.
Okay.
Robe. And you stick your hand up its robe. You stick your hand up the bottom of its robe. I mean, it could be a female, like, it just has very big beard, but highly likely male.
Dwarf wizard.
Dwarf.
Yeah, I mean, you could sew some boobs on it if you want. I mean, that's up to you.
No. I just wanted to know because she's going to name it and talk to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey,
Mr.
Mr.
Garrison.
Mordenkainen,
Mr. Garrison.
do you think these audience members are paid actors? Why, yes, I do.
Or if I do. All right. So you wander up to the feasting orchard.
Yay.
Give
Lunchtime.
me a second. And you see. Why is that there? Okay. So you see music and mirth radiate from this park. The heady scents of flowers, mead, and berry pie waft through the air. Stilt walkers pluck fruit from trees. Musicians drum, pipe, and strum, and everywhere there is singing, dancing, and the inordinate amount of custard.
Ooh, custard!
You see, when you first arrive, there is someone in the feasting orchard that is sitting on a swing that hangs from a branch of a pear tree, and plucking the strings of a lute, while looking over in your direction.
Wave.
Looks a little bit like this person.
Guy wanders up and is like, are you the person I have to get my ticket punched from?
I'm sorry, is that a fucking dollar bill in his loot strings?
In hers, yes. She's a.
Oh,
It's Eliwick.
Oh, damn it! You know! No, I know you know. Yeah, it's Eliwick. You don't
It
know
says
that
Eliwick
it's
at the top.
metagame, but like, yes. Yeah. Metagaming, you don't quite know who it is, but yes.
Talking to
Right,
me as a
metagaming.
player.
Yeah. She looks
You're
over
right.
to you.
Metagaming, I don't know who it is.
Okay. All right. So she sits on this swing, plucking the strings of her lute, and looking over at you. What do you guys do?
Guy
Like I
asks
said,
if this is a person that punches the ticket.
She's like, no, but funny how you have those tickets, well, some of them, for free, isn't it? And she kind of
Guys,
gives you a bit of a smile.
Ykika's sister and goes,
Well, who punches my ticket then, woman?
No.
She says, okay, calm down.
Oi, behave yourself
hungry.
or it'll be... Ykika slaps him over the back of the head and says, behave yourself or it'll be me.
I'll eat you too.
He's so hungry. He's so damn
I'm
hungry.
gonna walk over and like do the side talk. The ticket is your face in this instance.
She just says, yeah, so those tickets, I kind of knew you guys were coming here tonight. And I kind of knew that that you should probably be here tonight. I kind of just think that there's lots of things going on that maybe you don't really understand yet, but hopefully you'll figure them out by the time the night's over, because I need that to happen. Otherwise I'm going to have to just shove you into the thing myself, and then that's not really going to be that much fun for you guys because you won't really understand. But anyway, the real issue is have fun, and then hopefully at the end of the night you can help me with something.
Woman, your fluid blocking me. Where?
She's like, over there. Jeez, why don't you just
Off
go
to the food thing.
eat?
Okay. Ykika's gonna quietly lean over to Viriah and go, "Do you understand what she said?"
Viriah's already like slowly backing away. She doesn't know what the hell's going on, but someone was talking that fast and seemed to know what they were talking about, and that concerns her.
She's like, don't worry, have fun. I'll see you guys later. Eat. Look, your friend, that guy.
Food
He's
fight!
eating already.
Oh yeah, eat. Eat first, food fight second.
And you see now a small gnome looking around saying like, come on, the contest will start in the next 2 minutes. Everybody over here, please get your tickets punched and sit down at the table.
Go and get my ticket punched and sit down at the table.
All right. Who
Guys
else
like
is
banging the
participating?
silverware on the
Who
table.
else is participating in the contest? The eating contest.
Oh,
Is it like a pie eating contest?
Oh yeah, you betcha.
I'm gonna ask the ticket guy. Can I just eat fruit instead of pies?
He's like, nope, sorry, only pies in the contest, but you're welcome to eat fruit over there. And he just points over to another table. It's like, still costs a ticket punch though, but you can eat as much as you want until you feel sick. No time limit on the fruit.
Yeah, I'll let those guys have fun. I'm not gonna.
biggies.
Okay,
I'm
so
not gonna
who's participating in the cake eating contest? Or it's they're cupcakes. They're cupcakes. Eating glazed. They're small glazed cupcakes filled with a dollop of berry custard.
Well, Ykika is.
All right, Ykika's in. Guy's in.
Guy was made for this.
Guy was made for
Wait,
this.
berry custard. You know what? If it's berry custard, she's in. But
Alright.
I have to put her back.
Okay.
You can roll for me if you have to.
All right. I don't have to roll immediately because I'll have to explain how it works. But
I think Nightshade will sit this one.
Nightshade's gonna sit it out. Okay, cool. All right. So Nightshade, you kind of like sit off to the side, and you see Eliwick just kind of like looking over towards you guys constantly. So this is how the fairy cake eating contest works. The goal is simple: eat as many cupcakes as you can within 60 seconds. So you can swallow one cupcake in about 3 seconds. And you can safely eat as many cupcakes as 3 plus your constitution modifier.
Okay.
For each additional cake you eat, you have to make a con save, or you take a d8 custard damage. I am not joking. It's so good. This was like the coolest thing when I read. I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking awesome. Alright, so you take a d8 custard damage. It just takes your hit points down like normal, right? But you don't actually take damage. It's like, you know, superficial. I'm
so into this.
So subtracting that custard damage from your hit points is normal. Any contestant that is reduced to 0 hit points by custard damage is unable to continue and loses the contest and has custard splattered all over them. But at the end of the contests, you regain all your hit points. So it's basically whoever can eat the most cupcakes within 60 seconds without losing all of their hit points. So you can just like get to a point and be like, okay, I'm just going to stop. And then...
Just want to confirm. Are you sure it's custard?
Yeah, it is. It's
Don't
custard.
they get splattered all over them?
Yep, it's custard.
Okay.
It's very much custard.
So it's 1 every 3 seconds we can eat.
So it's 1 every 3 seconds, and you can eat as many as 3 plus your con mod safely, but after that you have to start making con saves.
Okay.
So I guess everyone can eat at least 3, so that's 9 seconds, right? What's everybody's con mods that's in? So Ykika,
Mine's +2.
yours plus, guys is
Plus
+2, yours is +3. What's
Yep.
Viriah's? I have to go up real quick. Viriah's con mod is 0, so they can eat 3 safely. All right. So, everyone gets 9 seconds in and gets to 3. Then, let's just do Ykika 60 seconds. We'll just do one at a time. So Ykika,
Okay.
you get what, 6, right?
Yep.
You get 6 safely. 3 6s are 18, so you're 18 seconds in. So you can add another 3 seconds and add another cupcake, but you got to roll a con saving throw for me.
Okay.
Missed everything.
Don't worry, we're doing it one at a time, so I'll explain it to you a bit. All right, so you easily eat another, so you're at 7 now. 7 and what's 3 7s? 21. Okay, so you can roll another con save and eat another one. Nice. Okay, so that's 8, 3 8s, 24. So you can roll another one. Oh, you just save. All right. So that's what's that, 9? 3 9 is 27. Okay, you still got like 30 seconds to go. Roll another con save. All right, so that's 10. So that's 30 seconds on the dot. You still got 30 seconds to go. Yeah. Yep, that's another one. That's 11, 12. Keep going. That's what, 13? What's 3 13s?
36, 39.
39. Okay, you still got like 20 seconds. Okay, so you failed one. So you take 1d8. You take 2 custard damage.
I will keep going.
Okay, you get to keep going.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, don't worry. I'll explain it to you again. Okay, you make another one. So how many is that? It was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's 3 15s. 45. Okay, you can go
It's
for another
20.
one.
You can get up to 20.
Go for another one. Okay, that's another success. Roll another one. That's another success. Roll another one. That's another success. Roll another one. That's another success. Alright, how many is that? 1, 2, there's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. You got one more. This is your last one. This is your last chance to eat a cupcake. Oh, fail! Alright, so you take another 8 custard damage. Oh no.
And I'm still up.
But that's your 60 seconds. So
That's my 60
you
seconds.
only failed 2. So you ate
Yeah.
18. No,
18.
that's more than that, isn't it? You start with
Nope.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13,
3 per second for
14,
20,
15,
60 seconds,
16,
20
17,
max.
18.
20's the most you can get.
Yeah, and you got 18. So you got 18 cupcakes.
Yeah.
Alright, so remember that. 18 cupcakes. Boom. Alright, okay. Next, Guy, you're up.
Okay, so I get to save 5 safely.
Yeah, 5 safely, and then you need to make 15 Constitution saving throws, or at least... Yeah, you need to make 15, but do them one at a time, and we'll see when you fail how much damage you take, if you take any damage. So, okay, that's success, that's 1. Success, that's 2. Success, that's 3. Success is 4. 1 fail, okay. 1d8. Oh no! You took 8. Oh, that puts you at 0, like, straight away.
Yeah.
Okay, so you like get halfway through that what is that, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You get halfway through that 10th one and you're like, uh-oh.
He falls back and passes out.
Yeah, you fall back and you're like, sugar overload. Alright, Vera. So you have a 0-2 con mod, so you automatically eat 3, so you need to make, well, as many as 17 constitution saving throws, but you take custard damage when you fail one of the con saves, like that, and if you take more damage, or if you get to 0 hit points, you get disqualified. But if you take damage and you don't pass out, you can kind of just stop if you want to stop, and then that's like your record for how many you eat. But the person who eats the most will be the winner. And Ykika ate 18 cupcakes.
He already knows who the winner is, so.
Yeah.
Well, these are happening at the same time. So.
Someone not in our party might win.
Yeah,
there are other players.
They're happening at the same time, so it's like it's just individual rolls because it's easier to do it that way. So, so you start with 3. So you get to make 17 con saves if you want to make that many. We'll see how many we got. Okay, so you already failed 1.
Good start.
You're gonna take like all 6 of your hit points straight away.
And she's out of there.
So you get through 3 and you go to eat your 4th one, like, this is too much sugar, and you just like kind of flop over onto the table.
This reminds me, I know this is not the time, but it reminds me of this picture I saw of like, there's a pie eating contest and people are like shoveling them down in the background. You just see this one man sitting there with a fork just picking at it. It's slowly. Like, pie eating contest? Nah, son, free pie.
Yep. Alright, so unfortunately, Vera and Guy don't manage to down anywhere near as many as Ykika does. Although you do have fun. You have fun eating a bunch of cupcakes, and they were really tasty. Holy crap, they were really, really tasty. And you guys wake up. Everybody's back at full hit points, so Ykika, put yourself back up at full hit points now.
Guy's still asleep, is asleep with a big smile on his face.
Yeah. He's like patting his tummy.
In my defense, I'm not even 3 foot tall.
No, and you ate like 4 cupcakes. That's pretty good. So the prize...
It's no real surprise that the 250-pound humanoid...
Okay, so the prize for winning this contest is a cupcake that functions like a potion of invisibility.
Tell me I won it. I won it.
You did. You won it.
Oh, I'm putting that straight in my treasure list.
Everyone else is too busy staring in awe.
Yep, but you have to eat the entire cupcake for it to gain its effect. But yes, cupcake of invisibility. Oh yeah! Oh, it's so freaking awesome. I love it. Okay.
Can I do one thing before when we're getting up to leave? I want to try and convince one of the nearby hands to just let me take 1 extra cupcake.
All right, roll me a persuasion check. He's like, yeah, go on. And gives you another cupcake. Then
stash it away and run away.
All right.
Please don't ask me to eat it for you.
It's like, hey, Ykika, I got you this cupcake. He's like, I can't eat any more cupcakes. Oh my god, I'm gonna be sick.
Guy comes around and is like, to the next food stall.
God damn it. I'm gonna have to make you roll like a constitution save every time you eat something now.
I don't care. I'll do it.
I just have this urge to go on the carousel and throw it all up again.
I don't think the carousel goes that fast. But
Nah.
You never know. Alright, where would you guys like to go?
Swans!
Let's go to the Swan, so if you do throw up, you can just feed the koi.
Heat over the water.
Let's go to Swan Lake.
Alright, you go to the gondola swans. Silver Song Lake. Alright. Drag you guys over there. Alright.
Did somebody not enter the contest?
Yeah, Nightshade did. Yep.
Oh, okay.
She was like, "No, I'm not gonna."
Smart 3 foot tall.
I'm not gonna like make myself throw up. I'll be good.
Looks at the giant Minotaur and go, yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat that guy.
More like I'm gonna be able to eat 3, and that's it. That's me done.
Well, I mean, that was as many as Viriah got as well.
Yeah. You know, free pie. Who can argue with that?
Yeah.
Well, not free. You gotta use a punch.
A ticket punch, but yeah.
I use one of the free punches.
Well, I mean, Yes.
Still got to use.
Okay. So you make your way over to the Silversong Lake, and you see the gondola swans there, enormous swans, glide through the water here, pulling an ornate wooden gondola draped in flowers. The swans disappear into the banks of silvery mist as they wend their way down the river. A jetty extends ahead, at the end of which a waiting swan preens its feathers. Let me just see. I'm just trying to figure out how many people can ride the gondola at the same time. Each gondola holds up to 8 medium creatures. Yeah, so you can all ride the same one.
Dear Lord.
Sweet.
Yeah. That's a big ass bird.
Yeah. So, well, it's a giant swan that is pulling a gondola.
Oh.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that in the pictures.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. But it's kind of like, yeah. So it costs 1 ticket punch each, and the ride takes an hour, and it goes around like the entire river around the outside of the and through part of the the carnival itself as well.
Sounds like a nice, relaxing idea.
Yeah, it's still like it's still like the sun's kind of set and gone down, but it's not like getting too dark yet. It's still sort of light.
It'll let your stomach settle at least.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so everybody mark off another ticket punch, and I have to.
How many have you used so far?
I don't know. How many?
You
how
should
many
have
contests
used
have you gone
2.
on? I think that was
Ride?
No, you guys might have
Dragonfly?
used 3 because
Yeah.
I didn't do the
the poetry contest.
yeah.
I've used 3. This will be my 4th.
Yeah, you've done everything so far, so that's your 4th one. Yeah.
Okay, so ticket punch. We started with 16.
Yep, and you got
Yep. You've done
dragonflies,
Dragonfly, you've
So
done
I've got
Feast,
12
and now
left.
you're doing
feast,
one.
and you did
No, no.
poetry as well.
Oh yeah, you did poetry.
Yeah.
So this will be your
Okay,
4th one. Yeah, this will
Yeah.
be your
Yeah, me
4th
and you're
one.
at 12.
That's where I got my cuddly toy spider from.
Yeah.
Which
All
is,
right.
by the way, never getting used because it's a cuddly toy spider.
That's where Mr. Mordenkainen came from, and he's already
Yeah.
on my hand. Like, just... He wasn't there a second ago, but as soon as I said his name, he was there.
All right. So each gondola is pulled by a giant swan, and when you approach the swan at the end of the jetty, she bows her head and introduces herself. She says, "My name is Featherine. I can take
Guy
you
bows back.
around the river and that encircles the carnival. Please, come in.
Ykika feels like a tugging on his arm, rapidly. It could talk, it could talk, it could talk, it could talk, it could talk.
Yeah, you feel like everything here can probably talk.
Why can they talk?
Roll me a Arcana check.
I'm not even trained in that.
I mean, anybody can roll it. Guy's probably the most.
Guy
adept.
doesn't care.
Adept
Boy,
to
they
it.
can talk.
Okay, he's like, yeah.
Swan
Well,
down at him. He's going to swan back. He's going to bow back to swan back.
Swan back.
I don't think Waikika's even notices anything unusual about it yet.
No, not really.
No, she's just like, can't all animals talk? And jumps on the swan.
So Featherine, like, kind of cranes her neck, swans her neck, I don't know, back towards you, and asks you some questions while you guys are traveling around. And she says, I have some questions for you, if that's okay.
On one condition.
You can have all the questions in the world you want. We can't promise answers,
She says,
On one
oh,
condition. One condition.
but we will try.
oh, okay.
On one condition, apparently.
What's your condition?
What's your favorite song?
Swan song?
Have I heard it?
Swan Lake?
Oh, like,
Hum it.
Have I heard of the song?
Roll me a history check. You have, indeed.
I'm gonna whip out my lute and play the song while we're riding around.
All right. She says, "Oh, that's fantastic. Can you tell me? This brings me joy. but to you, what is joy?
Guy wakes up and says food and then promptly passes back out.
Okay. What's everybody else's answers?
My mother's middle name.
Okay.
Very good.
Am I lying?
Viriah?
Mrs. Joy Mookow.
That's right.
So
First name Mrs.
she okay. I need to know. Is that thing actually like in the middle of the lake?
Yes, there is a thing in the middle of the lake.
She's kind of like side glancing at it, and she's like, is that thing real?
She's like, oh yes, that is, give me a second. That is where Palasha performs. You can see her soon. I think by the time we get back, she'll probably be ready for her next performance.
Wait, sorry. Do we see the shiny bit, or do we only see the clam?
You see a giant clam opened with a big shiny thing in the middle of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's eyeballing.
Yeah.
So you're like, what brings you joy? And she's kind of side-eyeing the pearl, like, is that real?
Oh, I see. Material possessions bring you joy. Oh, that's interesting. And she looks
not all material
back around to
look.
back around to you,
not all
Nightshade.
material possessions. Look, and you see on the other side of Guy, Mordenkainen's like tapping him on the shoulder. When he wakes up and looks, he points to the other side. The cupcake is sitting on the seat right next to him.
I don't know if Ykika wants another cupcake, but
No.
No, Guy.
oh, Guy.
Ykika says, no. Material possessions aren't important. Your friends are important. Material possessions is just how you get them.
Oh, I see. So you coerce people into liking you with things. I understand.
Wait a second.
What?
He's not wrong. Then, as you continue around the lake a little bit, you get around more of the southern part of the carnival, and again, the swan kind of like turns around towards you and says, "How do I know that you actually exist?"
Oh, an existential question.
Lean over and smack him.
You smack the
on.
swan?
Yeah.
She says,
I'm sure I've read something on this.
Gently. I mean, I'm not trying to hurt this one.
no, just tap them kind of thing.
Yeah. Love tap.
What's your favorite food?
The swan kind of like takes the tap and he's like, I see. My favorite food? Probably, I do love a nice tart berry.
Well,
I like nice
prestidigitation apparently lets you make smells. I'm gonna say, can a figment
Okay.
of your own imagination do this? And hold my hand out and just the tart berry smell wafts over.
She's like, I mean, I suppose the smell exists, but the berry surely doesn't. So, how do I know the smell is real?
Are you saying magic doesn't exist?
I'm sure magic exists, but the effects of magic are tricks on my mind. I'm not sure how to feel about this.
I think I read something on this.
But I like your...
I think, therefore I am.
Oh,
That's how it went.
oh, I see. Oh, I understand. If you have the ability to perceive yourself, then you must exist. At least in some capacity.
Yeah.
Thank you. This is
you've
quite
heard
insightful.
us. You've heard us. You've smelt the smells. You've feeling us in the weight of us in the back of your gondola. You've felt him smack you. All of the above. You've pretty much every sense except for taste. Please don't taste us.
No, I'm quite alright. But I
So we
have
must
another
be.
question about magic, though. In a world so full of magic, is time just an illusion?
No. Time's real. Illusions are those like funny things that people pretending to be magicians do.
I see.
And you know, the funny spells that are there and not there at the same time.
Huh.
But time is the universal force that keeps everything from happening at the same time.
Well, I suppose that
I mean,
makes
it's
sense.
an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so.
I
That's
see.
right.
I see. And you see this one kind of like give a bit of a giggle. She says, "Is there anything you would like to know about the carnival while you're here? You have answered my questions. Now I feel like I should answer some of yours."
Do you talk to your swan friends about what you see around the carnival very often?
Yes, we converse when we don't have patrons.
I don't suppose you've seen this insert description of shadowy figure here.
Oh yeah.
Wandering
She says,
around.
Well, I haven't really seen any shadowy figures, but I did see something that was most unusual and quite tragic. There was a disastrous attempt of a proposal. The mime, you see, who works out the front of the Hall of Illusions, he was about to declare his love for Palasha the mermaid in front of everybody, but his words left him. His voice was gone, and it was quite interesting and a bit ironic that the mime could not speak. I'm not sure what happened to his voice, but perhaps it was the work of this shadowy figure, you say? I'm not quite sure, but interesting enough. You managed to kind of make your way back around to the you managed to make your way back around to the front of the gondola swans, all the way, looping all the way around, and coming back towards the little jetty that you left from. And she says, "I'm quite thankful for your conversation. You have left me in a very nice mood, but it's almost time for the Big Top Extravaganza. So I would urge you to make your way there. It's an incredible show to be seen for sure."
The stopping wakes Guy up and he's like, "What's next?"
Slide the
Sleeping
cupcake
for
over
the-
the seat towards him.
Sleeping for the big top.
Sleeping through the big top.
Yeah, just slide the cupcake over to him, like.
Guy,
Yeah.
there's a cupcake. Vera's got you a cupcake.
His eyes go wide and shiny. He just grabs it and stuffs it down his face and then says thank you.
Well, to the big topic then, I guess.
That was the most fun I've spent sitting down for an hour I think I've ever had.
Alright.
I'll sling the loot over my shoulder, but I'll do the faint ominous notes of faint musical notes of prestidigitation before I leave, and just it sticks around for up to an hour.
Alright, cool. Alright, you guys make your way over to the big top, or do you want to go somewhere else?
Yeah, big top.
Big top.
Big top.
You still have a what?
Extravaganza.
Extravaganza. It's the extravaganza. So, you see a bunch of other people are filing into the big top, and filling rows of seats, and it's starting to get a little bit full. And as you get in and you sit down, the lights dim and a hush falls over the crowd. And seconds later, a spotlight illuminates Aleth, an elven figure sitting in a silver hoop, suspended above the center ring by silk ropes. The elf wears a dazzling suit of diamond pane mirrors and a pair of butterfly wings. His scepter is topped with a spinning weather vane. "Welcome, Welcome, one and all, to this evening's extravaganza. I am Mr. Light. Prepare to be delighted. And you see pairs of performers, acrobats, jumping around as the ringmaster kind of like whirls his weather vane around, and you see a bear with a jack-o'-lantern on his head, performing feats of strength, lifting up 3, 4, 5, 6 men on top of a giant wooden log. You see a mermaid. You see a mermaid serenading the audience from a clamshell bathing pool, a much smaller version of the clamshell you saw out at the Silver Song Lake as you passed by. You see a mime. The mime you assume is the mime from before, playing silent games with the audience members around as the rest of these acrobats are flinging and flying about. He's banging his head and acting surprised and as though he can't wait for somebody to fall. You see fairy dragons with bright streamers tied to their tails flying around the acrobats as they fling through the air. You see clowns and fire breathers parading around the ring. And Mr. Light looks out and just says, "We are near the end of the show. But are there any guests who would like to perform their act for the crowd?" And you look around and kind of everybody's kind of like looking around like, is there anybody who's gonna like step up and do anything? Is anyone gonna try and do something? And you see from the back of the crowd a halfling with a lute that you saw in the feasting hall, and she kind of looks down towards you and she's just like waving at you like, go do something.
Help me.
Help me.
Sure. Why?
She says, she kind of leans over towards you all and she just says, "Play a song, do a dance, juggle, I don't know.
Right.
Wow them."
Fine, I'll do 2 out of 3. Fine. I'll head down there.
Guy will go with them and do a dancing lights display to go with whatever
Okay,
I
cool.
Kira's doing.
I was
Cool,
thinking
cool.
of doing a dancing lights while I play music, so 2 dancing lights together.
I like it. All right. Is anybody else going to try and contribute to this performance at all?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Okay, Ykika's just sitting
I
down
have-
like,
I have no idea what Ykika would do.
all right, all good. Okay.
I can make flowers
Okay.
fall. I mean, not flowers, leaves. Falling
Leaves fall?
leaves.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Puff of falling leaves.
All right, so we have a puff of falling leaves with dancing lights all around, and Vera, what else are you going to do?
I'll play my lute and I'll do like a kind of a Irish folk jig kind of theme.
Okay, cool. All right, roll me a performance check with advantage, please.
Is it performance or is it charisma lute?
Performance. Don't worry, the DC is low. You've got lots of people helping you. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so you work together and you create this very nice kind of like Irish jig, and you see the mime and actually a couple of the clowns start dancing in unison behind you, and you're not really sure what's going on until Guy kind of points it out to you, and you kind of tilt your head back around and you see them all dancing there, and you keep playing and everyone gets into it and the crowd starts clapping in time with the beat, and everyone's having a good old time, and eventually you kind of bring your song to an end, and Mr. Light looks over towards you and he just says, well done, that was fantastic. I'm so glad to have you here at the Big Top Extravaganza. Please, everybody, enjoy the rest of your time here at the carnival, and we hope you have a magnificent experience. And he kind of disappears out the back of the tent, and some of the clowns like finish up juggling, and the tent doors kind of like swing back open again, and you guys manage to very much so impress upon the crowd and improve the mood of the entire carnival overall.
As he's leaving, can I like
Mhm.
fiddle with one of the copper wires of my loot
Yep.
and cast a message spell towards Mr. Light?
Sure. What do you want to say?
I apologize that I couldn't perform something of my own creation. This is just something I heard.
He
I cannot create anymore.
he says, No, quite enough, I'm sure. The crowd loved it, as did I. Have fun.
Did he seem like he's hiding something there?
Roll me an
Does he
insight check.
see it, Noah? Am I an idiot? Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't really. He just, you know, just seemed to
I
praise you.
wasted my goddamn Tides of Chaos on. What did I waste it on? Something stupid when I could have used it there.
All right. So at the end of the show, you're all kind of walking out, and you see the large bear, who hopefully I can show you what he looks like. Hold on. This guy. Where is he? This one. Yeah, there he is. This guy. Burly.
Okay.
With big jack-o'-lantern on his head.
That's even scarier than I thought it was.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. he
Guy
says,
waves at him.
he kind of looks over at you and he's like, "Hey, you guys, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light would like to see you. Follow me."
Viriah's
Guy's like, okay.
Viriah's hiding behind Ykika.
He says, "Follow me," and he
Okay.
takes you around the back of the big top to the staff area.
Staff area. This is what I wanted from day one.
The staff area.
He says, "Wait here," and you see around the staff area there's like a bunch of brambles, a tangled wall of thorns that just like cluster all of the wagons that are lit by lanterns, and the caverns are barely visible through the thicket. There's like a 20-foot high, 5-foot thick wall of thorns, and as he waves his hand, the thorns kind of like subside, and he kind of ushers you through. And he leads you over to a carriage, where you see where is it? He leads you to a circle of wagons, and leaning against a particularly ostentatious wagon, there's an aging clown with a painted grin, and he puffs on a bubble pipe, and he glares at you as you and the bugbear kind of like walk past. And he opens the wagon doors and he ushers you inside. And you see...
Guy waves at him anyway, like, big smile.
Why is that on there? That's so weird. Anyway. There you go.
Okay, that's horrifying.
Mr. Witch and Mr. Light. So a flamboyant elf grins from ear to ear as he welcomes you into the wagon with a theatrical bow. "Please come in. It's a delight to meet you. I am Mr. Light, and this is my associate, Mr. Witch."
We've met before.
And
Guy waves at them.
He gestures to a stocky elf lounging on a bunk. Mr. Witch nods at you and doffs the top of his hat.
Hello, I'm Mr. Mookow.
Oh, hello there, Mr. Mookow. It's nice to meet you.
Re-meet you.
He gestures towards his scepter and explains that you see every nuance of emotion in this carnival, the mood, how it changes and shifts is it makes its way through my vein, you see. He says, "I'd like to thank you for the cheer that you've brought to the carnival so far. And
I don't cupcakes.
I would like to ask, you appear to have lost some things?"
Yes, last time we were here.
Yes, I remember your face from when you were children. You see, it's not very wise to sneak into this carnival.
Guy just shrugs. We were kids.
Yes.
Probably wouldn't have if it wasn't so easy at the time.
Well, I mean, you see, I understand you've lost these things, and you have to understand that there's not our responsibility to return them to you. Unfortunately, it's just part of the carnival. You see, everything has a price, even if you choose not to pay it. Something will be taken because something is owed.
We didn't lose something, it was taken from us.
Well, I mean,
Couldn't you just
Which
send us a bill to pay
means-
over time?
Which means it can be given back, say after we pay for it now.
unfortunately, that's not how it works.
Which part was I wrong about?
Yeah, well, all of it. The thing that was taken was not taken by us. And it can't be simply returned because we do not have it.
Explain.
I'm sorry I can't be of more help, but if you're willing to explore, perhaps you might find out more. And Mr. Witch leans over and he says, "Light, that's enough. We don't need to deal with this. Thank them for their cheer and for lightening the mood, and let them be on their merry way."
Gonna like lean over Ykika's shoulder and to say, "Oh, does your shady friend have it?" And then immediately tuck behind as soon as they look over him.
They say, "What do you mean, shady friend? What have you seen?"
AD person.
Oh,
Swans.
I see.
Okay, out of meta, everyone
not
else
long.
knows about the shady person because we all saw him
Yeah.
at the dragon place.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the shady person scaring dragonflies.
Ah, yes. You're talking about Kettle Steam.
I am?
She's been very frustrating. Heckling and just all around being mischievous and trying to bring down the mood of the entire place. She seems to think we have some kind of vendetta against her patron. I don't quite understand why, but look, if you can find her and if you can get her out of the carnival, we'd be indebted to you somehow that I'm not quite sure we would repay. But
Did she pay for a ticket?
I'm almost certain she did, because, well, we haven't found her, which means she is disguising herself as somebody else who has the butterfly wings and at least a usable ticket. But I did hear she stole a voice recently. You see, she doesn't really have one of her own. She mimics things. So, stealing someone
my
else's
backup
voice
dancer.
might be a good way to disguise who she really is. More than just her looks, I suppose. Look, you see, look, I'll be honest with you, and Mr. Witch just looks over and he's like, "No, we don't need honesty, let them leave, it's fine."
I'm sorry, are you kicking us out? We didn't.
No, you're free to stay at the carnival, we just, I mean, would be more than would be somewhat grateful if you could deal with this ruffian that's deciding to disrupt the carnival. I mean, you know, we're trying to have a fun atmosphere here for everybody. It's just very stressful, you see, when one person is dedicated to making everything go to shit.
I will point out this whole conversation is happening with like a Minotaur between her entire body and them.
Yeah, they're
She's
not.
like-
They're
she's
not
leaving
like.
people around the corner.
Yeah, they're not like threatening. They don't have like a threatening presence, but they just, you know.
I know, but she's still terrified.
Yeah, she's still terrified of them. Yeah. Mr. Light says, "Now, I think we should at least tell them." And he's like, "Well, let me explain then, because you seem to be sharing a little bit too much." And Mr. Light's like, yes, all right, you have your way. And Mr. Witch says, "We were not the original owners of this carnival. We took over management through an honest pact with the owner of the carnival, and we exchanged businesses for a time. An indefinite amount of time, to be sure, but you see, there are parts of this carnival that even we don't understand. So that's when we say we can't give you what you lost here or what was taken, it's because we don't know how to get it back to you, unfortunately." He says, I'm sure there's a way, but I just don't know enough. I'm sorry." He flicks out his little pocket watch and he looks at it and he says, "Sorry, Burley, can you please escort them from the wagon? We have some business to attend to. The next event is about to start soon." He says, "Yes, sir." And he says, "Come now, come on." And yeah, Burley just kind of says, "Come now, come on." And you see this, where is he? The disgruntled clown-looking figure on the outside of the wagon, look over towards you, and he's like, "Yeah, come on, meeting's over."
Not Seiko!
Yep.
No!
Burley the big bear, he just walks in, he's like, "It's alright, Thaco, don't worry, I'll get him out of here." And he's like, "Yeah, I know you will. Come on." And he kind of pushes you out of the way.
Waves to Thaco as he leaves.
He just looks at you, blowing his bubble pipe.
Don't encourage Seiko.
Don't encourage you.
That's how you get negative armor classes.
No, that's second edition.
Yeah,
from
second edition
Thaco.
Seiko.
From Thaco, yeah. From Thaco.
2-hit armor class 0.
There is some other stuff I need to mention to you guys. Hold on. Where is it? Oh crap! Where is that? This one? No, this one. This is the one. Okay, so after your meeting with Mr. Witch and Mr. Light, Burley pulls you aside after you get back past the brambles. He removes his jack-o'-lantern helmet, and he says, and he's got a very worried expression on his face, and he says, Bad things have been happening at the carnival for a while. People and things have been going missing, and my bosses know more than they're telling, but their hands are tied somehow. You're the first people I've met who've been able to set things right. Witch and Light are good guys, but you need to leverage to make them spill the beans."
People are going missing?
Well, yeah. He says, now I know this is a bit far-fetched, but if you could steal Mr. Light's watch, then the carnival would not be able to stay on schedule, and he would have to answer your questions. He would have to.
The one that's in his chest pocket.
He says, well, yeah, but it's just on a chain, and it's just in his pocket. I'm sure it'd be easy pickings if you had some kind of distraction. I mean, I don't. You guys can figure out how to do it, but I mean, you know, and I really like. I'm not about stealing the watch. I just mean take it and then get him to answer your questions, and then maybe give it back. Because I don't really want to like lose the carnival. This is my home. This is my job. This is my life. I like here. It's really fun, but it's been a bit weird lately. And now with this person walking around a carnival changing their shape and stealing voices and things. I know it feels a bit iffy. He says, "Look, there's an event at the end of the night. The Witchlight monarch is chosen by Mr. Light's witch vein. Now, he has no control over who the monarch will be. The vein is the one that chooses, but it's always somebody who's contributed happiness to the carnival. And if you're chosen as a Witchlight monarch, you get a little thing that lets you fly. It's really cool. But
Can fly?
well, yeah. But I mean, that thing, he holds on to that thing like you wouldn't believe. And I don't think you could ever make him let go of it. It'd be super hard. But the watch, it's just sitting in Mr. Witch's pocket. All you gotta do is take the chain off and you'll be fine. He's like, I'm sure if you went over to the Hall of Illusions, that Candlefoot, the mom, he would be more than happy to help you. He's a good fellow, and besides, he's kind of lost his voice, so maybe if you got that back for him, he'd be more than inclined to help you. But just stay away from Thaco." And he kind of thumbs back over towards the frowning clown. He is, for lack of a better word,
Terrifying.
untrustworthy. At least, well, Mr. Witch and Mr. Light seem to keep him around for a reason, but to be honest, I kind of wish he wasn't here.
W.
I'm just gonna like lean as close as I can towards him while still staying on Ykika's shoulder and just. You were a lot scarier with that pumpkin hat on.
He's like, yeah, I know, it's all part of the act. And he puts it back on. He's like, well, look, the monarch's not till the end of the night, so you guys have enough time to plan and figure out what you want to do. In the meantime, enjoy the carnival and try and keep the mood light if you can.
Guys, let's grab something to eat and then go to the Hall of Illusion.
Okay. Been at least half an hour since I've eaten my body weight in cupcakes. Let's go into it.
Okay, but on the way, let's do another one of those dancing light team ups.
Yeah, okay.
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 It requires minimal effort, and you can get food while you're doing it.
Very true.
Now, I don't want to be a party pooper.
It is, yeah, 110.
I was gonna say. Let's
Well, it's 12:10 on this side of the water, but yeah.
yeah. Let's just do the food and then wrap it up, I guess.
Piety
Okay.
Wait,
No, wrong campaign.
Pie, Eddie.
Piety party, yes. Pie party. Just pie party.
Pie.
Just a pie party. Alright, who's gonna get food? Is anybody gonna get food or someone
it depends
gonna
what
get
kind of
food.
food it is.
Okay,
I can't just
well,
say.
roll me there's like 5 food stalls right in front of you, right here. There's
Okay,
5
so
of them.
I assume Guy is
What
going to
is-
get whatever the hell's there. so
Whoever's
he-
getting food.
Guy's gonna get one of everything. No,
It's like,
That's like 5 ticket punches just for food.
yes. No, he's doing it. Stuff it. He'll go and buy another ticket if he has to.
Okay. Alright, roll
I'm
me
just
a
thinking one.
roll me a so everybody who's buying food, roll me a D8.
Food. I haven't
I
had
mean-
food yet.
Oh, what is it? There's 5. So I can just do the top 5, but yeah. Okay.
can I roll just to see what the stall is without actually
Yeah, sure.
buying it? Like-
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Well, you
Just
could just
specific
tell us what
diet.
the stalls are and we could pick one.
No, that's no fun.
Yeah, I want you to roll to see what stalls are there, because there's stalls
said
everywhere
D8?
in this place. Yeah, D8. Go for it.
Do
Okay,
we
we got-
re-roll doubles?
We got to run into 2. Yeah, well, I'll just go to the next one on a double. So, who else is buying food? Guy, you're buying one of everything. So I'll get you to roll
Yep.
last. 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 7. Ykika, are you buying food?
A vault.
Oh, you did? Oh, yeah, you did. You were the first. Okay, Viriah, Nightshade. All right, Guy, you roll. You can roll 2. Okay, roll another one. An 8. Oh, nice. They're all different numbers. That's great. Okay. All right. So I got a 1. So there are blue frosted cupcakes. There are candied apples on a stick.
Chocolate.
There are, what's number 7? There are sugar glazed button mushrooms.
Ew.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are fairy bell nectars, which are nectar harvested from fairy bell flowers. And number 8, there are more tree sap lollipops here.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Lollipop
have,
will
I'm
be the
gonna have-
last thing Guy eats.
Okay.
I'm gonna have the apple.
Okay. Caramel
on a
apple.
stick because apple is good for you.
Candy apple on stick. All right.
I'm gonna have the sugar glazed button mushroom.
All right. Sugar glazed button mushrooms.
Alright,
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a ticket punch.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna get a candy apple.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask them if they have like. Does it come in like a bag to hold it or something?
Yeah, if you want to get a little baggie, they'll put a little baggie on it, around it for
Okay,
you.
I want to get it in a little baggie,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take my dagger out of my, like buried out of my pouch,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna carve off as much toffee as I can while leaving as much apple as I can, and I'm
Okay.
gonna give the bag of toffee over to Guy.
Okay. Guy, you have a
Guy's
bag
like,
of
thank you!
You have a guy of scraped
And he
scraped
puts
off
it into
candy
one of
from
his
an
many
apple.
pockets.
Okay.
And I just have a very sweet apple that I'm
Yeah,
gonna
you got a
eat.
super sweet apple on a
Try to
stick.
eat.
Yeah.
Try to eat.
It's still on a stick.
Yeah. I don't mean like I'm gonna struggle to eat it
No, no,
physically.
no.
I mean the sweetness is gonna do her head in.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay, so let's leave it there for tonight then, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say by the time we leave, if Ykika Mukau keeps eating all this sweet stuff, he might actually go into a sugar high.
Okay.
So-
yo.
I know it's assumed, but I'm gonna breast eat the sugar gunk off my dagger.
Okay, gotcha. So you've still got the Hall of Illusions, the Snail Racing, the Mystery Mine, the Bubble Pop Teapot, the Pixie Kingdom, the Silver Song Lake, and the Carousel to investigate and or just play around in. As well
That
as all
sounds
the
like-
other
yeah.
There's a bunch of other mini games here too that you can do as well. So
That sounds like less than 11 tickets, and it's perfectly fine by me. as
yeah,
long as
there's
we have
1,
time.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus the mini games. I think there's another like 5 mini games. So maybe 12 exactly. Yeah.
Please let us have time.
I might be like one short.
I'm gonna buy
Mark.
another ticket.
Hey,
and
Mark.
I'll-
Yeah, the guy knows he's gonna have to buy another
Yeah,
ticket.
he just spent 5 on food.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
Hater,
yeah.
you should leave the sugar on your knife to do +1 sugar damage when you stab somebody.
I'll inflict them with the diabetes status.
Diabetes. They
Yeah,
get
that's it.
diabetes.
So I think we could. We can't buy another ticket and just do that. No, we have to buy one each because they give me gruel.
Yeah, you gotta. Ticket, the
Unless
ticket
we
has
leave
to be
one
for you.
punch.
Right, if we all have one ticket with one thing left on it,
Yeah.
we
Mhm.
could buy one other ticket and pass it between us.
Will
You
they
could.
let us do that?
Yeah, you could.
we
You
know
could,
what they're like?
you could pass a ticket between you to share a ticket, but you've always got to have one ticket with at least one stub on it.
Yeah. So if we all
You see,
stop
this
at
is-
one
thi-
layer.
thi- yeah, this is the inner lawyer in me coming out saying they didn't say we couldn't do
No,
it.
they didn't. No.
I'm sure they'd probably appreciate that kind of thought.
The only problem is you can't all share you can't all share only one ticket. You have to have your own ticket, and then you could all share like
yeah.
a secondary ticket.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
What our plan is here is we all get down to one punch left on our
yeah,
ticket,
and then just buy
put
one
them in our
new.
pocket,
Yep,
and we buy a brand new ticket with
and
you
then
know,
all
8
kind of
punches
share
on
it. Yeah,
and
And this,
finish off whatever that is. You
Yeah.
know, we pass it around for each event. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 of us
And
want to do this event. There's half our ticket gone.
and let's be clear, this was not Ykika Mukau's idea
no. Yeah, it's fine.
because he's not smart enough to come up with that.
No. All right.
Well,
Well,
outstanding the Cyclops minigame. I can see it.
I need to know what the B is.
It's probably just like a food stall, but I
Can
haven't
you write a
mentioned
note
it yet.
for me to remember to check the B?
Hold on, I'm sure you'll remember as soon as you see this map again. Don't worry.
I will, as soon as I get back in and see that B, I'll be like, a B.
B.
Bzz. There is. I mean, I don't even know. I don't even know if it's like specifically on here, but like
Well, you have plenty of time to make something.
it could be one of these things. Yeah, it could be. Okay, I know what it could be.
Could be.
Exactly. I know what it could be. All right.
That was good fun so
Very
far.
cool. Very cool. So you guys have like the small kind of like breadcrumby clues to what's going on around the carnival, and you also had some fun eating lots of cupcakes.
Yeah, I'm doing a bad job of being the shy.
I get
member
this.
of the party.
I got this whole feeling that Ykika Mukau acts completely differently when he's not at the
Yeah, very maybe.
Animal.
Yeah, totally. Well, I mean, I could see his mood changing pretty heavily once you get into somewhere where you don't have any idea where you are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was cool. I enjoyed the fact that Viriah only ate like 3 cupcakes because they just.
I knew it was gonna happen. I was like, I'm watching him eat like fucking 18 cupcakes.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I was like,
Is it even-
if this was like one at a time, she's gonna be just staring at him like, I give up. But then you were like, everyone's eating at the same time. I'm like, all right, I'll just roll.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
that's exactly what I thought was gonna happen. It could not have gone better.
Is it an evil thought that I was going to use my second rent?
Oh, you could have. Yeah, you could have. That would have been pretty funny, actually. But you got
Yeah.
through the 60 seconds without having to worry about it. So.
Yeah, I got for the 60 second. I'm sitting there going, I'm going to use my second rent, and that'll get me like at least another cupcake.
I love the idea of your second win in this situation just being like undoing the button at the top of your pants or something.
Oh
It's
no,
like
he,
just let out a
literally
big-
having a.
You just let out a big.
yeah,
And then just
he
keep going.
He just takes half a second to like on his chest and shovels more in.
Burp, and then just keep going. Yeah. That was cool. I didn't know whether or not we were going to get to the big top, but because you guys went on the gondola swans, that takes like an hour. So and the
when you
food
said
thing
it's wild,
takes like a
yes,
little bit of
that-
time. So like yeah, that's good. But yeah, so what happens is like
Fortune machine.
you hit the mood, like because you all participated in the big top, the mood goes up. Well, like, not all of you, but more than one of you did. The mood gets shifted like extremely quickly if you pass the check. So that's why you got invited to the staff area like super fucking quickly. I didn't think you were going to get invited there that fast.
I was gonna say, like, that was a really fast,
Yeah,
like,
well,
swift
yeah, I
infection.
thought you guys were gonna like get to explore more before, because I wasn't sure if you were gonna go either the gondola or whether you're gonna go snail racing and around that way first, or whichever way you're gonna go. It doesn't matter because there's still plenty of time for you to do everything else and also investigate what else is going on. Because there's still what, like 1, 2, 3, 4 hours before the monarch gets crowned, so you've still got lots of time. And I don't think any more of the events take any like long periods of time. Like the Silversong Lake.
Maybe the roller coaster.
Silversong Lake, maybe? No, the roller coaster doesn't take that long. There's no like, I mean, it's not like real life. You don't have to queue up, right? You just get on and go, and then you're done. Like, it will only take a few minutes. The snail racing might take a little bit of time, but not
The mine,
particularly.
like, technically, like, people disappearing inside and then coming back. Like, you
Yeah,
don't
but
know
it's
how
like-
long's passed.
Well, it's like a roller coaster though. It's only like
Oh.
it's only like a 5-minute ride kind of thing. Like not even.
I'm sorry, did you just say snail racing might take a little bit of time? Is that like the understatement of the day?
No, they're
they're
pretty
fast
fast.
boys.
They're pretty fast, but like it just might take a little bit of time in terms of like you've got to get there and then you've got to like sign up to participate in it, and then like you got to like kind of like get your snail ready and do any preparation stuff you want to do for it, and then you race, and then like the racing is actually not that simple. Like it's a little bit complicated. Like there's actually a fair bit of math involved, but it's like you take turns kind of like
As cargo.
yeah, and
Ah.
then what else? You could spend a little bit of time at the carousel. That's one thing I might say. You could spend a little bit of time there, but it just depends on the other things that you do before you get there.
Oh, yeah, we ignored the carousel.
Yeah.
I gotta go
I
buy
tried to go on the carousel.
All right, man. Take it easy. I think we're gonna jump
We
on
will
now
go
anyway.
back to
So
the carousel. It's not an option at this point.
We're doing
Viriah has spotted it. She's
everything.
target spotted.
everything is non-negotiable. You will do everything before you leave here. I swear.
I will steal that watch just to have more time here.
I still want you to do all the mini games too. Like they're all pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
So
Like, I will steal that watch just to have more time here.
yeah, once you get around between Snail Racing and Mystery Mine, we'll do some of the mini games there, and then we'll kind of do some more up towards the carousel as well.
I am
Thanks, Mitch.
100%
Tuesday.
sure that we can make a disturbance.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. Later.
Bye.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to make a disturbance. You actually kind of need to hunt down the person that's keeps making disturbances. That's like the main thing that's going on. So,
Okay.
but yeah. All right, guys, that was cool, fun. Let's say bye, stream.
Peace out.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.